Here we go. Welcome to Distilled the Old Days. Welcome to Distilled the Bourbon Podcast. I'm Brett. I'm here with my co-hosts Aaron and Chuck, and special guest Cammie. Cammie, welcome back. Aaron is not on assignment. Aaron's sitting right there. Brian's on assignment, and will be back with us in future episodes. Today we're doing another short pour. Chuck, what are we drinking today?
Well, this is Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company. I had never heard of it before. We were on a barrel pick at Bullet, and a friend of ours, Tim Robbins, very knowledgeable bourbon guy, said, "Where are you going to next?" I'm not sure we even had a plan, and he said, "You ought to go to Lawrenceburg Bourbon." And I said, "What's that?" And he told us where it was. It's on US 62, and we went there. We're very impressed. We tasted their, well, they just have stuff that nobody else has. They have a wheated rye,
which we tried. And we have an episode out there.
So I mentioned that to Justin.
Yeah.
The other, and even that one, even he paused on that one. Is like, he said, "Well, it's a rye that has wheat." Yep, that's that. I mean, it's what it is, but nobody does that.
No.
Yeah. And he also, he's going to be a distillery right now. He is sourcing it. They make it sound like maybe he's working pretty close with some other distillers. So, but anyway, his still's not up and going. Australian fellow. It's right in the middle of bourbon country. Essentially, it's a tasting bar. You pay either $25 or $35 for a tasting, depending on which one you want. They have excellent products. I liked it a lot. We went back a second time while we were in the area. 5 minutes from Wild Turkey. No, 5 minutes from Wild Turkey, maybe if you walked. It is so close to Wild Turkey. So if you're in the Four Roses Wild Turkey area of Anderson County, Kentucky, the heart of bourbon country, by all means stop by Lawrenceburg Bourbon, just on the side of the road. Nice folks, nice products. This is a single cask. This is their fifth single cask.
Cask strength.
This is
as it comes out of the barrel. No dilution.
This is single barrel. Yes, it's cask strength. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, we've already been through this. It is single barrel, and it is cask strength at the curiously low proof of 110.6.
Okay.
So it means it went in low, right?
So it means it went in low, or they had some kind of weird evaporation. The only distillery that I know that brags about putting distillate in the barrel at that low of proof is Kentucky Peerless. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Kentucky Peerless contracts for anybody else.
So. Not that I've heard.
So it's we know it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The website says something about being made in Bourbon County, which the only bourbon distillery I know in Bourbon County is Hartfield, and they probably would contract. It's a very
They're pretty young, aren't they?
Well, I think they would have a 4-year-old by now. And their stuff definitely has improved since the last time we were there. On the other hand, Aaron,
the mash bill,
70% corn,
21% rye, 9% malted barley. Like I don't know.
Wow.
There's a
that's on that guy's T-shirt.
Is there zero regrets? Because we know where it's coming from. If there's zero regret.
So Green River in Owensboro is definitely a contract distiller. They have their own proprietary brand, great products, but they make for a lot of other people.
Yeah. But they're pulling back. They have so much Green River business now, and I guess Bardstown that they're kind of focusing on their own products, even though they do still source for other people as we speak. So, should we try a nose here and see where we're going? A little sharp on the nose, isn't it? Well, when I say sharp, maybe a little alcohol for me.
I got a little ethanol.
It's 110 proof.
Yeah.
Really, I get a lot of caramel. Oh boy! I got that ethanol hit me right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just depends on how it hits your nose.
I get ethanol up front on this one. There is a caramel aspect to it.
It tastes young or green to be 5 years old. Mm-hmm. That rye's there, though. Yes. I mean, you get that rye spice, and now I'm starting to feel that little Kentucky squeeze.
21% rye that's getting up there in the bourbon world.
I don't think it's Green River. It does not. Green River has that distinct what I call the Green River funk, and funk in a good way. Every time I taste a Green River product, it just has, I guess, I don't know if it's the yeast they use, I don't know what it is, but it has and that one just doesn't, it's not the same as all the other Green River. Now I may be completely wrong, but it just doesn't have that funk that I'm used to.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is good. I don't know that it would be the first bottle I reach for. I loved their weeded rye. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was one of my favorite finds that we've had on this show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one I think is good, but maybe not in the same level as that one for me.
The weeded rye was special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, I completely agree with that also. The weeded rye really shines a lot more than this one.
You know, since this is a short pour, we typically say, would you buy a pour, a bottle, or leave it on the shelf? Mm-hmm. This is probably buy a pour for me. What do you think, Aaron?
I probably would buy a pour, unless there is unless it's the availability is so scarce that you may not ever be able to get it again. And I mean, it kind of sounds like that's what it is. It's under $100, correct, Chuck?
It is under $100.
So I mean, it's not going to necessarily break the bank, but at the same instance, I could buy 2 or 3 bottles of Green River that I know that I'm going to like for the same price as this. So, yeah, I'll probably buy a pour. I would not be upset if I went to a bar and spent $20 on a pour of this and got this. I wouldn't be upset about it.
Even though it's probably too expensive to use to make a cocktail, I think it would.
I would have to charge $30
for the cocktail. Right. Yeah. Chuck, what do you think?
I think it would benefit from an ice cube.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me try to put a little water in there and see if it opens it up a little bit.
You know what? That's not a half bad idea.
Since you've already got yours open, you want to throw that in there? Here.
A little bit of water. And for those of you at home, if you get one and you're like, I just don't know, always add water. It sends it back to its home. Mm-hmm. And you can, it'll do one of two things. It'll either bring out what you hope you got, or it'll bring out the flaws in the bourbon, and you'll pick those out more.
I think this knocks out the ethanol taste for me, and brings it back to a nice, mellow, smooth drinker.
That did definitely smooth off the rough edges. I'm not giving up hope on this. I'm not going to turn it into a cocktail base.
Hey,
I put this on ice.
Oh yeah,
and
it completely changes it.
Yeah,
I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to pull back on the pour. I'm going to say I'm going to buy a bottle of this, put it on a nice big huge chunk of ice.
Yeah,
and enjoy this one.
Sitting on the back porch.
See, for me, it goes from leaving it on the shelf, just knowing that there's other options out there, even with Lawrenceburg, that would be much better. To when we add the water to it or over ice or anything like that, I'd get a pour. Might would share a bottle with you.
Might share part of my bottle. Is that right? Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, well, I understand.
Just like everything else.
my advice would be this: if you're on the Bourbon Trail, if you're near Wild Turkey or Four Roses, this is so close to either of them. 15 minutes from Four Roses, less than 5 minutes from Wild Turkey. Go in there, pay for a tasting. Either these, I think maybe the single barrels are the $35 for 4, and then some of the small batches, I think it's $25 for 4, and see what you can find there. And by all means, try the weeded rye. I don't think you'll ever find it anywhere else.
I can't wait to go. Kevin, get ready, buddy. We're going. I have to bring Cameron along with me now, apparently. But, yeah, we're going. I can't wait to be there. I'm excited about where this label's going.
Yeah, they're going to do some good stuff.
With that said, please drink responsibly.